Hello, welcome. My name is Jane Morba. I am the host of the Stellar Lux Life podcast, and I am so excited to be here. Pull up a chair, bring your glass of water, because kicking off this wonderful series, I had sent an invite to this delightful female leader, and she agreed. So we're welcoming the delightful Joy Ruffin to the stage. She's the host of the Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. And when I first met her, oh, just wait until you see and hear about Joy. She is a leadership and style consultant for women, and she is a motivational speaker. But I'm bringing to you one hot lady here. She is a wisdom woman, a podcaster, a partner to her partner, partner to friends, partner to many women. She is a partner you probably should know. And when I met Joy, I just thought she kind of reminded me of a few things. So we're going to get to it in the podcast. I adore her when I first met her. I don't want to say I stalked her, but I just love this woman. Welcome, Joy Ruffin. Thank you.
Jane, thank you. You are my heartbeat. And I love your verbiage and how you did my introduction. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But the honor is mine because it's a mutual admiration society. I'm happy to be with you. And I love your word stellar. I'm a wordsmith, and that's one of my favorite words because that's what we as women are going into. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's my pleasure and an honor.
Oh, thank you. Well, you're such an inspiration, obviously, to me, and we adore each other. But let's get to it. I think a lot of women right now need some support and love and wisdom and leadership in this arena, and we can have fun doing it. And you are the leader, mistress, or empress, or queen, or the stellar Lux life leaders. So I want to ask you, I know you, um, let's lead into, I know you had come from a place of leadership in style. You had
Mhm.
worked in New York, you have worked in many, industries, so you knew really how to back door behind the red curtain about style. And I think, you give some wisdom because it's not what we think, right? So just like just a little bit about this journey, because we're going to talk about the phenomenal breakthrough that you had, but share a little bit about how you stepped into, this style world. Mm.
Well, I tell you, it's a long saga, and I'll be as brief as I can. But it started off because I come from a beautiful Southern background and environment on my mom and dad's side, and all of the women were seamstress, and they loved clothes and fashion. So that's how it began for me. And I did attend the Fashion Institute of Technology, but for me, in the developing and the journey, you mentioned another favorite word because the journey never ends, my friend Jane. It just goes on and on. But for me now, because I've had my own awakening and I've given myself the title of minister, and I like that you said empress, minister, leader, and all the other verbiage that you use. But I consider myself a minister of enlightenment, awareness, and awakenings for women because we have been so programmed and conditioned to the sexualizing of style and fashion that most of us have lost our mojo, so to speak. And the big three, and we're all, most of us are in love with it: entertainment, fashion and style, and the communications industry. We dropped the ball. It's not about our body parts, it's about how we show up and how we present ourselves and how we stand in our power. So for me now, it's all about divine femininity, divine, because there's
Mm.
divineness in all of us. And along with that goes the divine masculine, feminine, which we both have, both genders. But along with that goes also power and equality. And that's what I'm about for women today, Jane, because we need to own our power and know it, embrace it, embody it.
I love that you say own the power and
Yes.
own our bodies, not sexualize ourselves, because there's so much of that sexualization and we like sensuality and there's power in our sensuality. However, it was taken away from us. I think there's a that power, and I think this is your mission. This is your life's work. That when I met you, I just knew I didn't even know how come I needed to know you, but I needed to know you, and it
That's so
revealed itself. So I love that you say that. So what has changed in your perspective from that fashion style, working in that industry to the phenomenal breakthrough you have as a podcaster?
I
And
love love.
even before podcasting really was a thing.
Yes, way before, way before. I'm a happy senior and happy to be here each and every day. But thank you for that question, a great question, because what has changed from my era, my assignment is to blend the old with the new. I'm a happy senior, but I also love the newness and the universe here and now. And the bottom line is that we as women, no blame. Let's not bash or blame men because we dropped the ball, because we're captivated by those three industries in many different ways. And how we present ourselves is what's changed. Because if we don't own sex, and I love the way you express that, Jane, it's good and most of us really love it, but that's not who we are, the two B's and the V. We're so much more than that. Men don't show their anatomy. So I began to see, as I began my own awakening, that we as women, because we didn't get the basics, there's that movie, if you recall, it's called Back to the Future. Well, I'm saying we have to go back to the basics. We have to start with the beginnings of who we are, know our vision and purpose, and love this temple, this vessel, this body. No matter what shape, size, height, race, color, all of that, it's irrelevant. Because once you know how to dress your body, you own and love your power. And no comparing and competing. So all of that began to twirl in my head, Jane, and I'm saying, it's time for us to reset. This is what another friend brought to me, how we view our image, our appearance, our personalities, and how we show up. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, that does. How we view ourselves, and emulating people who really align to the higher wisdom. And that's what you present in your programs. And I've been fortunate to work with you personally, people. I just had, one-on-one with this woman. That how fortunate am I? So you're talking about taking back your power.
Yes.
What is some change that women can do in are you saying what is the change that women can do in their communication now in 2025? I mean, is it between language and style? Or,
Yes, it is.
yeah?
Yeah,
Mm.
it is. And Jane, this is so it's thank you for allowing me to share this spot with you today because you introduced and came in somewhere midway with the two words that are not aligned, but it's our assignment to align them. Because today the expression is women need to be hot, hot, H-O-T, hot, hot,
Yeah,
hot.
yeah, yeah.
You can be hot and you can be sexy without revealing all the goods, so to speak. And when you
Mm,
do it with style, elegance, taste, your style, it's
yeah.
your joy. It has to be my name, but it's what you perceive and how you show up. Then you win the war, so to
Ah,
speak, the war
oh.
between the sexes. And that's what we have to do. Don't blame men because we, as the bedrock of society, and we are, it's time for us to embody and embrace what we give to the men that are around us because they're looking for women who are equals. And we can't sit on the back burner. And I'm going through this journey myself now, so I know from whence I speak. And a lot of women are still looking for, and nothing's wrong with that, the knight in shining armor. But be your own goddess. I'm sick of the word queen. Be your own goddess because we
Oh.
all are. And
Oh,
that's
I
just,
take your lead there. And I apologize. I even said, "Oh, I'm introducing the hot
but
Joy
hot is
Ruffin,"
good.
but we're
It's
changing that. Like,
exactly.
yeah, the inner hot. What gives us joy? I might see an entrepreneur, which I did, a woman
Yeah.
entrepreneur who happens to be very successful. I admire and I'm learning from her, but she uses
Yes.
her sexuality, but that
Yeah.
might give her joy. It might not give
Absolutely.
me joy, right?
Got it.
So I
Got it.
like how you said that very much. Um, so if you had a title for your autobiography, Joy, what would it be?
You're so wonderful. That's so uncanny because I'm aligning with someone. They don't even know it yet. And I'm going to write a book because so many people have said to me, why don't you write a book? And my story, as everyone's story,
Mm,
is, was, will be phenomenal. And I've been thinking about the title, Jane. I haven't come up with the title, so I'll brainstorm with you.
Okay, we'll
Because
brainstorm
my,
together. I think
yeah,
you'd be something that has some empowerment or what'd you say, goddess or
yes, yes,
um
yes,
but
yes.
claiming. And I like how you said it's not men's fault. We need to pull the DNA in, that we are navigating the roadmap that this is we deserve to have that pleasure, that freedom and shine, to
I
be
love that.
stellar. Yeah.
And I love the
Mm.
way you started out claiming our power, owning it, yet not doing it in the way that men have done it. Because for all the different reasons, we're not going there. We don't blame and judge those of us who are in the process of awakening, but we see how we can make a difference. Raise young men so that they have a regard and respect for women beyond the two B's and the V, that they
Yes.
want the essence, the core of the heart and soul connected. That's where we're going. You, me, and all of us together, because no one does anything alone. I love the way you
Right. That's what you teach me a lot. We're all together. You're the partner to women. And look, we're not going to take the patriarchal road. We're going to take our feminine road. And right.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love
I
it.
love it. I
And
love
this
it.
word power, Jane, it's so misconstrued and so misused for so many different reasons. Power is a beautiful word, an aphrodisiac that you can use, but only when you have embodied it within yourself and there's kindness and tons of love wrapped around it. Because most people take power and misuse it and misconstrue what the essence of the word means. And I
Mhm.
own the word power.
Oh, well, see, I think I'm very into poetry and words. And I think when I heard you speak on LinkedIn on your show, your podcast show, I just dove right into your universe. I was like, I want to hear these women speak more and more. And you're talking about using words that are filled with, and I think you embody the words with love and with they're easy to listen to, right? Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Mm,
And
yeah.
aligned with that, Jane goes. I read as I my the library was my second home, and in the library I came across. I fell in love with librarians and the Three Musketeers, written a long time ago, but
Mm.
most everyone will know of it somewhat beyond an age. And I love the expression "all for one and one for all."
Oh, I love that.
There's much more to that book, that novel, but let me
Mm,
tell you, that hit me. I was somewhere between the ages of 12 and 14. I don't remember.
yeah.
But the Three Musketeers, all for one and one for all. That
Mm,
just, and that's what I'm about now. And I'm so glad that you're in the circle that
yeah.
we're all going to be dancing in.
Yes, we're all dancing in this ecosystem.
Yes.
Um, what would be a secret that you would want to tell women maybe that, I don't want to say fashion trend, and we're not going fashion trend, but
Mhm,
the
mhm, mhm.
trend to look for what we should kind of anchor onto in 2025. Maybe, I mean, you said a few things I think could be master classes, right? But um, yeah.
I
And
think
men, you work with men too, but we're talking women here.
in a different way because I'm really all about the divine femininity within
Yeah.
us women. But if you're asking me for one something that I would say to all of us women that we can begin to get into the journey of our own style and our fashion and how we want to show up is be honest with yourself about your body.
Okay.
Because once you are honest with knowing that body, the good, the bad, and the so-so, I really don't see the ugly. And that's
Mm,
just verbiage that some people use, but I really don't. I see possibilities and options and
mm,
ways that you can do whatever we need to do with the body. So
mm,
I would say I have a check sheet. Be honest with what you love about your body and what you want to showcase and what you always want to have up front. And then be about honesty about things that you're not crazy about that you don't want to play up on. And
mm.
that honesty, it's not easy. For me, at this being a happy senior, I had beautiful arms at one time. They were exquisite. And now and I don't excuse and make blames, I don't go with sleeveless when I go out anywhere like with you because I have wings under here now.
Yes.
Honest with what it is. And as you're
Yes.
sitting somewhere attempting, you want to make your best impression. Most
Yeah.
everybody with half a brain, as my momsy would say, they'll know at a certain age you can see, but you don't want to have to look at that. That's what I'm
Mm,
saying.
yeah.
Honesty.
Honesty. Yeah, that's a great tip. It's very simple and it's so profound. So
Mhm.
I have a question. It's a little bit more personal, a little bit more
Okay.
wild because we're hanging out, Joy and I. We're having
Ah,
some water. And if you and I would go away anywhere together, maybe mastermind or we're doing something, where would you and I like, where would you go away with me? Like, where would we go and do something fabulous, feminine, divine?
wow, that's a great question. I've never had anything like that before. And the first thing that popped into my mind, because I have 5 countries that I've been to that I absolutely fell in love with, but
Mm.
this is an extension of that. And I thought, as soon as you began, even before you finished, I thought of Hong Kong. Have you ever been to Hong Kong?
No, I've never been to Hong Kong.
And I thought of it because I know that you like fashion style and clothes too. And I
Yeah.
also like you like exploring. And
Mm.
there's so much to explore there. And it is a beautiful city.
Oh, I never thought that that would be one, and I love it. Yeah, kind of chaotic and busy and modern. And
Yes, all
yes,
of
I
that.
think, and I think dressing and just, having the food and talking about maybe doing a documentary, you and I walking around Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we have something going on here.
And Jane, in Hong Kong, the reason I thought of it too, because most of us who are interested in fashion, at some point in time, we need a good tailor, a good
Yes.
dressmaker, and
Mm,
there's zillions of them there because they're into that more or less. So,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it would be good. That would be great.
Oh, that
Let's
would
think
be great
about
because
that.
I had a past life as a photographer. So I think a documentary video. We need a crew, and we would talk to different women in different cultures too
Oh
about.
my God, Jane, I
Yeah,
would love that. I
I
would
would love
love
that.
that.
I
Yeah,
would love this. Oh, well, let's manifest this.
let's do
Yeah,
it. Let's do
yes,
it.
let's do it.
Mm,
Mm.
mhm.
So I know you have some programs that people can enter into your ecosystem, your world. So they might need support because I learned so much with you about color and about owning what's our true desires. You have and I met you on, I know I met you on Clubhouse too. You are just, well designed entrepreneur. So maybe somebody might want to talk to you about a few stepping in with you. Mhm.
Oh, thank you for that, Jane. I have a webinar that's coming up February the 11th, which is a Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But beyond that, on my Facebook, not on my Facebook, apologies, on my website, I'm offering 3 packages and I'm making 2 of them digital because sometimes women want to go in and explore for themselves and see, is this a person for me? Is this going to work for me? And I'm taking us back to the basics,
Yeah.
back to the beginning,
Um,
starting over, resetting what we're been taught and what we think we know. And nothing's more deadly than being all knowing. I love the fashion, entertainment, communications business, but I'm constantly, as you are, Jane, open to learning. So we don't know everything and we do have to go back to the basics. So I have a silver, a gold, and a platinum. And the platinum is where I offer one-on-one and I give you all the inside secrets and tips and so on. But the webinar, if you want to get a taste more for what I can do and what I can offer you, and it's an ongoing journey. It never ends because one
mm,
day it's this and the next day it's that. You find out what you really love wearing that you're comfortable in that makes you feel good all the time. And you build, you blend, and you balance out your wardrobe on those items.
mm.
That's it.
Yeah, wow, that's great. That's great. And I think it helps once you feel that confidence in
Mhm.
your color and your choices that are personalized. And this is so key. And then the communication and the projects come from there. So it is grounding and foundational.
You
Mm.
got it. You
Yeah,
got it.
I know
You
you interview a lot of women and men, and I think you're just doing just an extraordinary job. We need more women like you, but you're leading the way. So you've inspired me so much. I just I can't wait till we go to Hong Kong together.
you're so adorable. You know, the reality is that for me, I love putting other people in the spotlight. I can hold the
Ah,
spotlight and I love the spotlight, but this insatiable curiosity, I want to learn about other people and see how I can support and help them as they help me all the time because I
mm,
love learning and so do you. That's why we're
yeah,
together.
yeah.
But I love what I do and I want to expand it more out into the stratosphere. So I'm grateful to you for this opportunity.
Oh, that's fantastic. And I know you said you on a personal level, like I felt there was this resonance with you with Maya Angelou, right? Like the language, and you said you had some connection to her.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, you do have a memory, don't you? They say.
Mm,
I met her as a young woman, a young girl, young lady,
mm,
and I met her through her brother that she absolutely loved. And he and I went to broadcasting school together. And I had known her before, but I mean, known her through her work and her books, but he
mm.
introduced me to her. And I tell you, we had dinner one night, only one night only, but what she left me with and what she filled me up with, and she saw Jane in me something I wasn't able to see in myself at the time. And I'm only now beginning to embody and awaken within me that I'm accepting it. So thank you for that. I
Uh-uh.
loved this woman. I, I've read everything that she's written and I've kept up with her because
Mm,
she was special. Well, we all are special, but
yeah.
she had what I call the X factor.
Mm. And
Hmm.
she really witnessed you, and there probably was a mentor for you and for
One time
years.
only, but that was
Yeah.
enough. That was
Oh,
enough
that's
because
a
what she
great
shared with
story.
me and how you remember her quote about how you make people feel?
That was her. Oh, that was
That was
her.
her.
Yeah, yeah,
And the feeling that she gave when I walked away and when I met with her brother a week later in the broadcast class, I couldn't tell him how grateful I was. But this woman was great. But you know, we all come with different qualities and different traits. I would not ever, and thank you for that was the best compliment anybody could ever give me
hmm
because I don't have that X factor that she have. Mine is different, but
yeah,
because of her, I'm embracing it now. So thank
yeah.
you for that.
Yeah, right, right. I understand what you're saying, right? We have our own X factor, but we get influence, right? And we have
Exactly.
mentors, just as you
Exactly.
are for me. Yeah, so that you shine the light for me, and you're shining the light for so many women. This is going to be such a wonder. I am so delighted, like Stellar Lux, delighted that you are helping me kick off this podcast. And I can't tell you how great this is to be on this journey together, learning and growing. In 2025, we're going to do more extraordinary things together, I hope.
You
And
got
so people just absolutely check out Joy Ruffin and hop on her programs, silver, gold, ascend, but get the foundations. And this is what
this.
the wisdom is. Yeah.
Yeah. Wisdom.
Woo! Wow. Okay, and so
Jen,
people can find you at Joy Ruffin or just give us a little bit of that.
I can give you everything because
Yeah.
it's very easy if you remember this. It's Joy Ruffin with an E, R U
Mm,
double F as in Frank E, and because everybody Jane wants to align me with the IN, Ruffin with
mm,
an I, because that's generally how it's spelled. And Joy Ruffin with an E, you can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, all of the social media sites.
mm,
And my website is just www.joyruffin.com, and everything is there. I'm constantly tweaking because
mm,
of this insatiable curiosity. I'm always changing. But the only thing that I think most of your viewers would want to remember is that at this webinar that I have coming up on February the 11th, attend and see if there's more of me that you would like to get to know more about
mm,
me and more about yourself so that we can collaborate together. And
mm,
I end with all for one and one for all.
mm.
That's it.
Thank you. It's been a delight to have you today, and you're in my heart.
Mine too.
All
You are
right.
mine. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Till next time, thank you very much for everyone for being here, and check out Joy. Bye.